Only you get that, Dan. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about this, right? So this week, our topic is going to be introducing paid ads. And we're going to be releasing some really good notes to learn how to do this. It's going to come out no later than Wednesday afternoon. So tomorrow afternoon, we're going to talk about paid ads and paid advertisement, which means paying for leads. I think that, to be very honest with you, if you haven't had success with hot leads, which is friends, family, Facebook friends, it's going to be a little different to go out and chase people you don't know. It's going to be a little more difficult. But I would tell you this, maybe it may be easier to you. And I'll say that only because, well, maybe you're more comfortable talking with people you don't know. So we'll see how that goes. Next, Messenger Marketing Mastery. Are you highlighting stuff?
Yep.
Okay. Messenger Marketing Mastery. That's going to be some how to respond to messages through Facebook. Correct, Dan?
Yes, sir.
There's 4 ways.
5.
5 ways. I apologize. 5 ways to talk or to respond to messages based on the customer or the client. And Dan has produced a video for you, so you can watch that. You should watch that. I promise it's really valuable. I spent some time with Dan today talking about that, and I was very impressed. And that was a very short video. How to quote clients on the spot in a matter of a few seconds. That is huge. It's another video, correct, Dan? You got to watch that. You guys need to watch that. If you haven't already done that, in just seconds, you can get some great information. We're going to do a live walkthrough role play with Raul. And this is going to be put into the Facebook group with some engagement. This will be published. Is it already up, Dan?
No, we're going to do it in the...
Oh, you're going to do it live. Okay. This is going to come up live this week. Also, we're going to be posting some live sales calls with Raul. He's got some live sales calls that he posted today, or he shared with us today. We're going to be posting them in the group. If you want to know how to make calls to customers, you can actually listen in live while he does them. Isn't that cool? And that's it. So here's some quick notes. Make sure that you follow this course the right way. You see, one of the challenges that we face, again, is that we like to skip around. We like to, I heard a guy used to tell me this all the time. He said, there's a specific way to make a Big Mac. There's a specific way to make a Big Mac. You don't put bacon in your Big Mac. Well, I mean, you could, but that's not the recipe, if that makes sense. So we're going to follow a system. So make sure you watch all the videos. Make sure you implement the strategies that you watch. So if you listen to the Messenger Mastery, then you should at least try to implement that when people message you. Go back, reference, learn how to do it, and move to the next video as you go through. Don't skip around. And make sure you always give us any complications, anything that's going on, confessions that you need to make. Make sure you use this group as well as Facebook Messenger groups to ask questions. The most successful people in this world are the people who ask the best questions. It's not about having the answers. It's not about just looking for the resources. That's what these groups are for. That's what we're made for. So let's kind of go through this today. And by the way, as we go through this, I want you to know I'm going to get to the end and we're going to talk a little bit more, but I want to make this as fast as possible. I appreciate your time here today, but we're going to go through this, and Dan's going to call you out because I can't see anything on this side, but Dan's going to call out your name, and then we're going to go and I'm going to ask you a few questions. So for those of you who are ready, we're going to meet you. Who's first? Who? Amanda. What's up, Amanda? So Amanda, tell me, what are some of the wins you had this week? You're unmuted, Amanda.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Can we hear you, Amanda?
Can you hear me? Yes? Hello?
We can hear you.
Are you there, Amanda?
Can you hear me?
Amanda,
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. A win I had for the week was...
Amanda. Can you all hear me?
I can hear Amanda.
I can as well.
I can't hear Amanda. Amanda?
Can you hear me?
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Tell me some of your wins.
Well, the only win I had was I was able to speak to one of my aunts to schedule. She wants information for my grandma.
Great.
So that was my win. I'm just got to schedule an appointment with her. But my thing is how would I show her, I don't know, like word a quote to show her that, what the policy would look like for her.
Great. Okay. So you need help with helping determine where to quote the policy. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. And are you being specific to the carrier or the technology?
Well, I guess the technology, just to, because she wants to, my aunt wants to know, because she's the one that does all the decisions for my grandma. She wants to know like what are her options, you know.
Okay. So if we were to give you some help, I mean, what if it was just one option? Do you think that would be good for you right now?
I guess, yeah. She just wants something like more or less to know what my grandma would be looking at for pain, you know, pain.
In my many years of experience, for the group here, is that when we have more than one product, it gives the customer the opportunity to say no. So we want to probably push on one, and if she doesn't qualify for some reason, we'll move to the next one. All right.
Okay.
So this is good. Good information. To-dos this week. What are you going to do?
I am going to try to post a little more on Facebook, but that was my question also. I haven't had, I've been posting the things like what Dan has said, but I don't get any like responses.
Okay. So here's first and foremost, let's clarify something. How many posts do you want to post this week? Because doing a little more doesn't really give us.
Okay. Maybe at least one every day.
Okay, one a day. That's good. Good commitment. How about, and then to top this off, the one thing you should be looking at, Amanda, is if you really want to get more engagement, you have to get a bigger audience. So I don't know how many friends or how many people on your Facebook, but try, if you can, just to open up your audience. If you're not getting engagement, would you agree with that, Dan?
Yeah, so let me chime in right here.
Come on in.
I'm going to chime in real quick, Amanda.
Stand
Can
up.
you hear me?
There you go.
Can you hear me, Amanda?
Yes.
Okay, so really quickly, this is for everybody. If you guys don't have, and this is kind of my expertise is the Facebook side, right? If you don't have a big audience, what you could do is very simply go to, I think I posted it in one of the videos, and maybe it's just deeper in the video that you might have to check out, but essentially what you need to do is like, you know how like you have mutual friends with friends, and then they show up and then they say, you have 7 or 10 or 15 mutual friends.
Yes.
Okay, so what you need to do is just add them, okay? Because what happens is when you add someone brand new that has literally like one mutual friend, what they'll do is they'll look at your Facebook, they'll look at the feed, and if you're posting like the way that I've been asking you, like make sure when you post on Facebook, you ask questions, engage people, and post wins, also post like successes, post pictures of happy families. Like there's a lot of those things that I've talked about inside of there. I know it goes a little deep into the psychology of it, but principles are principles. I have to tell you that because Facebook will change, everything will change, but if I give you the principles, that will not change. Like, you know, like David was saying, making a Big Mac it's not gonna be that much different 10 years from now. So the idea of these psychology marketing tactics won't change. So what you need to do is when you see your friends, and I would suggest at least friending 5 people per day, 5 new people per day that have at least 5 or 10 people in common with you, because they will not question to say yes to you if you have someone in common with you. The only time they'll question is to be like, why is this person messaging me? Is when you have no mutual friends and you start friend requesting them. Okay.
Okay.
And I suggest I should probably do this for them, but I'll give you a script that you could just send them a quick message so that they can kind of know who you are. It's a very simple script, and it's basically goes like this. Hi, my name is Amanda, and it's good to connect with you. I see we have some mutual friends, and I just wanted to let you know what I do, and I kind of want to see what you got going on.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
It introduces you to them and also them to you. So you'll use that one liner that I put in there, that who I help them do this and that. So you've seen that one of the videos that we have inside the course. So when you do that one liner, they'll instantly know who you're helping, and they'll know that you have some reciprocity there, that you're looking out for like them for their best interest, and also you're looking to help people like in their friends list.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Okay, so
good stuff, Dan. So friends. Right? I mean, everybody, if you really look back at relationships, just to add to that, if you look back at relationship stuff, most people meet their husband, boyfriend, girlfriend through a friend of a friend. So think about a sale as being able to consummate that deal. All right. To-dos for me and the team. Dan, can you clarify that for him?
I'm going. It's like what we do for them.
Oh, what do you need us to do for you, Amanda?
Right now, no. Well, that was just my question. I was gonna actually message on the group was about the Facebook stuff.
Okay. So
He clarified it. That was good.
yeah, and by the way, because we shared that with Amanda, don't think nobody else should be doing this. Remember, there's a limit of 5,000 friends on Facebook. And if you have less than 4,999, you need to really be adding every day. Even I need to take that advice. I do that sometimes, but not as much as I probably could. All right. Anything else?
Hold on. Let me just.
Okay, Dan's going to.
Right now.
Good job, Amanda.
Okay, so can you read that, Dan?
Yeah, add people. So we're going to make sure Dan needs to create the outbound scripts and add people who have a minimum of 5 friends in common. Minimum of 5 friends in common. Cool. And of course, we're going to make sure that you're going to post every day this coming week. So from here to next week, we should see 6 posts, if not 7 by today. And you're going to close your aunt, hopefully. We're going to help you get you some tools. Sound good? Is there a good recap?
Yes.
Great. All right. Thank you, Amanda. Next.
All right, next we got up is Charles.
Charles, what's up, man? Welcome to the call.
How are you?
How are you?
Doing good.
Great, man. So, Charles, what are some of your wins this week?
I apologize. I got a late start. I just met with Daniel last week. So
Okay.
in catch-up mode. I just happened to catch a conversation between my wife and her sister that she's signed up for a term policy for 15 years. And just kind of jumped in the conversation and sent some information to Raul. He was going to kind of help me present something with her. Her 2 goals are, 1 is to leave her 2 daughters a little something when she passes away, and 2, she really doesn't have a retirement or anything set up as of yet. She just has a Social Security, so we're looking at doing retirement as well.
Okay. So to be clear, you're saying you walked into a conversation, you determined the needs of a client, and that those needs were she needs some retirement plan and she needs to have some sort of benefits to leave behind to her, the people that she loves.
Yep, and I also was able to ask enough questions. I know what kind of resources she has available to work with.
Okay, so you actually know how much money she has to play with.
Yep.
Great. Okay, these are all good things. Awesome. Okay, so that's a good win. So you have identified a customer or a client, potential client. So I'm excited about that. You've got somebody in the pipeline. You're ready to talk to them. You've already contacted Raul to give you some ideas. So this is good. This is good. All right. So now let's talk about what you need help with this week. What do you need help with, or your to-dos? What are you going to do this week that you need to, or no, it's actually need help with, right? Yeah. Okay. What do you need help with right now?
Well, one is just what options are out there as far as, should this be a whole life, how much? And I would say being a tax guy for 28 years, I know what the benefits are of doing like a traditional versus a Roth based on their situation.
Okay.
This one is just to know the products, what products are good. And
Got it. So you
start getting the word out there, kind of like Amanda said, just start posting stuff to social media.
okay? So let me kind of summarize that in a really nutshell. You need more help or clarity as far as what products to offer each customer.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. Clarity in giving the right product to the right customer. Good. Now, by the way, while we're talking about this, I'm going to tell you guys that's not something that's super easy to do. And if we think that we have to know exactly what the customer needs before we can offer them something is not true. Because if you want to be able to get ahead, you at least have to initiate the conversation. See, the customer, remember, and I talk about it in one of my other videos talking about how to sell to somebody when you don't know anything about products. There's a video on this. And if you think that product knowledge is the only way to secure a deal. In fact, that's really not it, because the customer buys from Charles or from Amanda or from Daniel or from David. The customer's buying from us. They're actually buying us. They're buying us as their agents. They're saying, you know what? I trust Charles with all the abilities that he has and capabilities, because he's such a smart guy and he knows, and he's actually showing up and caring about me. If you present a product, just so you know, if any of us present a product that's probably not the right fit, I promise it's not going to make you look horrible. It's just going to say, hey, I thought this product best fit your needs, but based on what we know now, I don't think it is. I have another one, though, just the same. And we're going to move you onto that one. And the customer, to be very honest with you, they don't even know the names of the companies. So it's not like they're thinking, oh, well, he showed me the Cadillac, but now he's taking me to the Hyundai. You know, they don't know. For all they know, they're all the same. So just for future reference. All right. So what are the to-dos for this week?
Let's see. Got this stuff there. I guess I'll go with Amanda and just maybe start posting and let my friends know. When they know I do taxes, but they don't know that I'm getting into the insurance and that stuff. So
Okay.
that's one item. And two, what the customer base for the tax office, how I can, get the office. So because we're right between the liquor store and Little Caesars, so even though tax season's over, we get ton of traffic. So just posting something around the office and in the windows just to let people know, hey, we do more than this tax.
Okay. So let me be clear here. Number one is post more on Facebook. Can you get a defined number of times you want to post between here and our next call?
I would say I'd probably stick to one. I don't know how often you should do Facebook, but I guess if I probably do one a day.
Here's a better question. How often should you make money?
All the time.
Okay, then you should be posting all the time. So let's get a commitment. More than one. How many times?
I guess I really can't do it between 8 and 5 because of my job. So it has to be once in the morning and once in the evening.
Okay, perfect. So either once in the morning. Let's stick with one a day. That sound good?
Yes.
Perfect. One a day. And of course, to clarify, on number two is being able to market to your current tax customers and to your local retail businesses, correct?
Correct.
Got it. Okay. So that's somewhat, we need to get some clarity to that. I would tell you, Charles, that if you want to make, you got to target the right audience. And so it's going to be really vague if you just walk into a business and just say, hey, I got this product. When we're looking at the right target market, if it was me, I would tell you what you probably should do is go through your current customer base, go filter by birthdays on one of the ZPR reports or ZPP reports, filter them by birthdays and start calling the people that are 65.
Okay.
That'd probably be.
I wasn't talking about going out to businesses. I was talking displaying around my office, like in the windows.
Okay. I'm sorry.
That's what I was talking about. Sorry.
Well, good information, but I would probably challenge you with looking at your customer base and at least determining how many people you have.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're typing this out. Can you share with me a little bit of what you think we need to do for you to make you more successful or to help you hit your goals?
As I spoke with Daniel, my problem is my job being in taxes, my other job being an auditor and being a coach. I've always been a person that has to know stuff inside and out. So I got to learn not to overwhelm people. I guess have them drink out of the fire hose. It's going to shut most people down. So I just got to learn how to present something at a 30,000 foot level, like I kind of did with my sister-in-law. Hey, I have a problem. Okay, and what's your goals to fix this problem? And I kind of ask them what kind of resources you have available. I just kind of need training. I'm used to being a person that knows the details inside out of everything, and I got to get rid of that mindset to do this.
What happened here? There you go. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So to get clarity is just make more time or figure out how to be more time efficient?
Yeah, and not to give them too much information because once you're getting too much information, they're just going to information of the relationship.
Yeah, you know, there's a saying in the insurance world that says, "Don't throw up on your clients."
Yeah.
And sometimes giving out too much information over a message or a phone call or a text will really burn you. You really just need to get the basics and then set up appointments. But to give you some time strategies, I recorded a video on, and I don't know what it's titled in the group, but it's on week 1, and it talks about planning your day like a CEO. And I know that you have a job and you've got a lot of things going on. I'll tell you that if you just allocate 1 day, not 1 day, 1 hour a day or 30 minutes, whatever it is, I promise some time is better than no time. And it'll add up very quickly. Even if it was 30 minutes a day at the end of the week, right? At the end of the week, you're going to have 2.5 hours or 3.5 hours, sorry. And you're going to have some good time to really commit to yourself. So I would tell you to really look over the schedule. If I were to task you with something, and I would say, watch that video if you haven't already. It'll really help you get more clarity. And Dan gives a lot of the Facebook tips and marketing. And so probably watch one of his marketing strategies on how to, what was the one that it talks about how to post, Dan? What's it called?
It's how, when, what to post on Facebook.
How, when, what? Watch that. And then watch the how to plan your day like a CEO. Those 2 videos combined together would probably give you some really good clarity. And so I think the challenge that most people face when they get onto Facebook to post is they don't know when to post or how to post or when to post. And that's what Dan covers. And then you don't know what time of the day or anything. And I would just tell you the best time to do it is now. So, try it right after we get off this call. All right. Let me summarize this real quick. You want to know, first and foremost, first off, you met with a client or you're going to meet with a client that has the needs that meet the needs for a final expense product. You've already contacted Raul to get some information on maybe giving some sort of presentation to these clients. We want to know what option you need help with determining what options are out there for each client and what products are good for each client, and get some clarity on meeting those needs for each client. 2 do's: you're going to post on Facebook once a day, once in the morning, hopefully, or in the evening, whichever one works for you. You need also to be able to market to your current customers, and we're going to talk about finding customers and identifying customers in your current business. And
so this is what you told me.
Yeah, this is what I told you, which is look at your current book of business and, of course, make sure to find and identify those that are 65. In fact, if I would go, it'd probably be 55 and up. And then 2 do's for the team. You want us to go, of course, record a video, which we already do, is about how to schedule your day. And, of course, give you the video again for how to market to your or how to market on Facebook. All right. Does that sound good?
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Perfect. Thanks, Charles. Man, I wish you success this week. Who's up?
All right, Karen.
Karen. I know you. All right, Karen.
So funny. A win I had this week was I posted the asking for the people, whatever Dan had said, just copy paste. And I didn't get any leads from it, but I did get a lot of interaction with sharing. And the cool thing was it was, I would say, some influential community people. So I'm sure it's starting to be seen by other people that I wouldn't have been able to target prior.
Okay, so you're saying you had some good shares and engagement with your post.
Mm-hmm.
Not too many comments, but shares.
Yes.
Okay, well, it's a good win. Having any post that's shared obviously is better than no post. All right, so what do you need help with?
I went this week through the videos that Dan recorded, and I would just need a little bit more guidance on the Calendly.
Calendly?
Yeah.
Schedule.
Maybe just like a checklist that I can just make sure I don't miss a step, because it was kind of hard. It was a long video and then going back and forth. So.
Okay, that's good. And you're using it so you can tie it to your Facebook page?
I would like to, yes.
Perfect.
Why?
Yeah, so you can schedule appointments?
Okay.
It's a calendar. It's a calendar. I understand. So you're trying to drive posts to a Calendly event? Is that what you're trying to do?
Well, I like that Dan said that it organizes your whole calendar. So sometimes when you're on, let's say I have one email open, I can't see the rest of my email. So he said that it just combines everything together.
Okay.
And then people can schedule their own appointments.
All right. So you need some more clarity, maybe a shorter video. Is that what you're saying? Or a checklist, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Shorter video or a checklist, something that can get it easier and better to understand. And I can understand, by the way, technology is very hard to explain, and I can see this. All right. To-dos. What are you going to do this week?
I would like to have more Facebook engagement. I think that's what we all said, right? And also getting to learn the product and how to quote it.
Okay. How to learn the product, how to quote it. Got it. Good stuff. So, and we're talking about if it was one carrier, would that be good enough for you guys or for you?
I think so, as long as it's competitive.
Of course. Okay. All right. That's going to be my target this week. All right. And then what do you need from us? What can we do from the team's perspective? What do you need us to do for you?
I think I'm pretty much good. I'm excited about the paid leads. I haven't generated any specific leads yet, so I think that'd be cool.
Of course. So you want paid leads? Is that what you want us to do for you?
Take my money.
Gladly.
Yeah. All right. So she's wants us to help her get paid leads. That'll probably be it. Okay.
Wants us to take her money.
Take her money. There you go. Perfect.
Great.
Okay. Let me recap this real quick. All right. So, there you go. I'm sorry. Here you go. All right. So make sure that we, of course, for engagement, you want to make sure your wins this week was you posted, you got really good engagement and shares. You need more guidance and clarity on the Calendly, and you probably would like a checklist of sorts to make sure that's better and easier for you. That's probably needs to go into the do for the team, by the way. And then to-dos this week, you're going to have more Facebook engagement. Now, I'm going to make you real specific here, which I didn't get to you. How many posts?
I would say once a day was something with engagement, and then, of course, my personal can continue to be part of it, too.
Okay. And by the way, everybody, and this is directed at everybody on the call, including Karen, is I've noticed that, and this is me personally, so I have a challenge doing this, and so maybe you don't, so I would tell you this. The longer the post seems to be the most engagement. And they say that see more, and it has to start with and Dan probably has this whole video about this, I'm sure. But when I look at Dan's posts or anybody that's really doing social media right, it's usually got a really good hook at the beginning telling me like, I can't believe this just happened to me, or I just had the most amazing experience, or I can't believe somebody kicked my dog. Read more. And I don't know about you guys, but I click a lot of read more now. I do a lot. And it has to have probably a picture of something cool, a celebration, a tragic event, a milestone in your life. These are great things. And I think that Facebook has predominantly been a place to show off. And based on what I'm seeing from Dan and all these really good guys in social media, it's not just about showing off. It's actually sharing more than just, hey, I'm at the gym like I do. So I'm only saying that about me because and the reason it's a challenge for me is just personally, I'm sharing this with you guys so you guys can get where I come from. I'm just not a really good writer, and it would take me a week to write one of those long posts that Dan writes, and it takes him like 4 hours to come up with one post. But when you got all the time in the world, I guess. Or all the knowledge in the world to write a story. I think he steals them, but I'm not going to say anything. All right. So given that thought, I only share this with you so that if you're going to post more, everybody on here, I would encourage you to post more than just a short story or short paragraph. Like try to make it long, try to make it lengthy. If I could figure out a way to make my stuff come out like I speak some days, that'd be great. But I just don't know how to do that yet.
Inside the course, just to be clear.
What?
Yeah. So about the posts real quick. I know you guys see sometimes I do long posts, and you'll notice really quickly, just to expand on that, because he's now noticing it, that I've told him for years already that this works. But long posts do a lot better because people learn better through stories. They do better through stories. Like every time I do something, and you'll notice this on my post, there's always a hook. The top 2 lines are always the most important. And this is kind of a coaching part right here. And I'll probably do a really in-depth post of how to break down a very, very good story post. Because when you tell a story, people are very engaged with the story. I'm going to call someone out real quick because I enjoyed how he put it together. So George is on here right now. He put like a story but also an engagement. So it's kind of taboo thing to talk about. So think about things that are taboo to talk about, like George asking about the rights between a father and a mother's, like how they distribute the time of spending time with the kid. So that's very, very taboo, and it has a lot of controversy behind it. And therefore, like when you let people talk, they will talk. And if they talk about their feelings, that's even better for you. That's why you see my posts, they get so much engagement, because I let people be who they are. And when I let people be who they are, they know that they can come to me to be who they want to be. And that's what your friends or anybody that follows you wants to become a part of. They want to be part of themselves. Like they want to be more of themselves. And you're allowing them to basically say speak into the unspoken, essentially. You're allowing them to speak to the spoken. So really quickly, I'm going to give you the framework of how to do the story post, right? So essentially, the top 2 posts are the most important. I'm going to give you that right now. The top 2 posts are very important. The picture doesn't matter as much as you think it does, but it has to be something that catches people's eyes. A couple of the pictures that I used are obviously family pictures, because family pictures do the best. Family pictures do kids, dogs, food, client testimonials do better than anything else you could probably imagine. If you just post like, I don't know, like, yeah, at the gym, you're not going to get very much engagement. But if you post like a picture of your family and then tell the story of what you were feeling at that moment, like I felt like, there was a post just very, very specific. There was a post that I put when I was taking a picture with my son and Sarah, and we're standing there, and I remember the day because it was the day that I went broke, completely broke. I had negative $258.06 in my bank account, and I didn't know that was possible. But I felt defeated as a man. I felt disgusting as a person, and I felt like I was just there, like a dead person standing alive right there, and I didn't even know what to do. So that was the day I decided for myself that I was never going to be like that. I was going to get correct about my finances. I was going to do something about what my life was about. And I wanted to be sure that I'd never be in that situation ever again. And once I did that, everything changed for me. And then, my finances started to increase, and my relationship with my son's mom and the relationship with my son in itself has increased. And you see how that storyline itself is the hero's journey. I'm taking a story and I'm relating it, and I'm saying, I hope this helps you guys out, because it helped me overcome my own objections or overcome my own struggles. So long-winded, but I hope that helps you guys out kind of understand.
Good information, Dan, and sharing your story is very important. Good stuff. All right. So get posts, and then of course make more money or take her money to get more leads. Awesome. All right. Thank you, Karen.
Okay.
Who's next?
All right. So the next person up is Ruthie.
Hey, Ruth. Welcome to the call. All right, Ruth. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So what wins did you have this week?
Well, I felt like I had a lot of wins this week because number one, I was able to catch up with the course and watch all the videos that I hadn't seen. I went ahead and posted that Facebook post that Daniel had, had us copy and paste to Facebook. And even though I didn't get a lot of engagement, I do know that I got myself out there, and I just need to keep on doing that. Somebody did reach out to me via Messenger saying that, hey, somebody wants a life insurance. Can you help them? And that's something on the works right now. I'm working on a quote policy. Hopefully, we'll be closed here in the next couple of weeks. It's pending approval.
Great. So you already submitted a policy.
Yeah, so you got the cash. You got the credit card. Oh,
Yeah, I did. I get the credit card. I haven't gone over all the specifics of the product with the customer because I don't know it myself. But I went to Raul for advice, and he did tell me that, hey, you know what, go ahead and get them approved first, and we'll go from there. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I reached out to them yesterday and told them that, hey, it's already in the works, and it takes about up to 3 weeks. And then I just can't wait for them to to get approved so I can learn even more
So
and
just
get my first one on.
to be clear, is this a final expense or a life insurance?
This one was he's 51, so he was able to qualify for
Great.
Another type of life insurance.
Great. This is good. This actually should be. This is a good illustration, everybody, that just because the product we're talking about is final expense and is targeting an older audience or more specific audience, that's great. I mean, if somebody contacts you in regards to their parents, that doesn't mean don't talk to them about their products too, or vice versa. If their parents don't talk about you, talk about their kids. So this is a great illustration of how you can transition, or even just from a regular post, you can get a customer. You don't have to just be specifically tied to final expense. This is just what we're trying to teach. And I guess to add to that, a lot of the tactics we're teaching you are just general sales skills. So they're not, just sell final expense. So that's good stuff, Ruth. Okay. What do you need help with?
I just would like to have even if it's like one carrier at a time, but some knowledge, some training, maybe portal walkthroughs or something that we can go ahead and start. I know most of us have already writing numbers with some final expense carriers, so we can choose one for the week and then go over it specifically, and then we get to learn.
Okay. So you want to get one carrier to go over or go through with you?
That, yes, even if it's a video or something, something that I can use as a resource to learn product.
Okay. Good information. Okay. All right. And to-dos this week.
In my to-dos, like everybody else, I have it to continue to post on Facebook. And I'm usually not very active on Facebook, so I do have it 2 times this week. And another one of the things that I wanted to do is I already know how to navigate through our accelerator system, and I know where to find that cheat sheet, and that's something I want to take the time to do, review that cheat sheet so that I can know what kind of the conditions, or get a little bit familiarized at least with the carriers and what conditions they don't look at during their underwriting and things like that. Just go over that cheat sheet for this week.
Okay. Good information. So go over the cheat sheet. Make sure you know where to get the information. Good stuff. All right. And to-dos for a team. What do you need from us?
That was just about that product, one carrier training or video, maybe something like that. What I had mentioned, I thought that was for that.
Well, that goes for it too. I guess it answers both of them. Okay, good. All right. So we got the team. Let me recap everything real quick. So your win this week was getting a client to engage with you and on Facebook, and then trying to get them to, or you're getting them already pre-approved with a carrier when their application submitted. Number 2, you need help with us getting knowledgeable on the carrier, or maybe a carrier walkthrough. To-dos is continue to post on Facebook, post 2 times per week, and review the cheat sheet. And then, of course, again, carrier walkthrough and to-dos for the team for us to help you with. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right. Thank you, Ruth. Next we got B. B, what's up, B? Welcome to the call. I feel like I'm like...
Hello.
Hey, B.
You can hear me, David?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
My win was I had asked how to set up an appointment for a final expense, and I got a hold of them, and I scheduled them for next week to come into the office to see if final expense is the best product for them.
So you got an appointment is what you're saying?
I have 2.
2, and when do they come in?
They come next week.
Why so long?
Because that's when we're both available to come in, because it's a couple and they work nights.
Got it. Okay. Or remember in sales, I'm not saying you're doing a bad thing. I'm just saying the closer you get to proximity of the sale, the faster you can close it. And I know that sounds like common sense, but always try to get those people as close as possible because they're hot, especially if they're asking you guys, everybody on here, if they're already asking you about the product, you got to find a way. Can I go to you sooner? Can I get to you? And it's not to be pushy. I'm just telling you that you don't want to lose a sale because things happen in between here and there, especially just like tax returns. We talk about taxes. When a customer comes in and they want to file today and then they leave your office without filing, there's a very likely chance they'll never come back, because if they're ready to file, they're ready to file. They're not going to wait. And so we got to make sure we get them as close as possible. So good thing scheduling them, work on getting them closer to the dates that you talk to them. Okay.
Yeah. Well, they wanted to come in July, but I told them why wait till July? Why wait till July when we can do it next week? So I pushed up the date for them.
Okay, good. Keep pushing it. Keep pushing it. Good job. All right. What do you need help with? What do you need help with? What are you identifying?
I need help with posting with Dan, but I just haven't made time. So I need to make time to get with Dan to help me post.
Okay, you need help with posting. Okay. So watching that video again with Dan, and we'll reshare it in the group again just to make sure everybody's, or at least where to locate the video. Yeah, you need it?
I was just going to write some notes real quick.
Okay. Go ahead. While we're talking about this, it seems like everybody thinks that social media is key here. And I would agree with you. Social media is a big deal. Every single one of you has noticed, hey, I need to do more on social media. I need to do more social media. I would even reference back to you and say, what do you think people did before social media? That'd be a good question, right? Well, people used to actually have to go knock on doors. So I think every time you're posting on social media today, it's kind of like knocking on a door. You're knocking on thousands of doors at one time. Imagine that. You all have it easy if you ask me in some respects. So we got to keep on posting. All right. 2 do's this week. What you going to do, B?
Get organized and push that date up and see if I can get up this week into the office.
Get organized. How are you going to get organized?
I'm going to use Trello, and I'm going to make sure that everything's in place and make sure I know what I can offer and make sure that what they're looking for, we can help them with.
Okay. How about I give you some clarity on that? Why don't we just say you're going to commit to going through the course 100% up to date?
Okay. Yes.
By the way, we can check that.
I know.
I only say this because you said something that was key. You said, I need to get organized and prepared. And going through the course should do that. So if you're missing, let's say you've completed 60% of the course right now, that means 40% of the stuff you haven't seen. So if all of these things are keys to your success, you need to go through it all. All right. Anything for us? What do you need us to do? Besides giving you some training on social media again, what else?
I'm good. I just need to keep following up and keep reviewing the videos so I can make sure I'm doing what I need to be doing.
All right. Yeah. Well, she needs help with the follow-ups. Let's say that. What specifically do you need help with, B? In a follow-up, if that's what you were saying. I'm trying to get clarity.
Just make sure, like you said, the time, make it closer to the date. So I need to, how do I approach that?
Oh, okay. How do you get clients to commit? That's what you need help with? Fast in a closer time frame?
Closer time frame, yes.
Okay. Well, just commitment. How do you get clients to commit? Video of some sort. All right. Let me recap this, Ms. B. Ms. B, you already scheduled 2 appointments for next week. It's a couple, and they're gonna come in. That's awesome. You need help with posting. Well, that's something you need to do more of. And I didn't get you on this, but it's not getting you on this. How many? No, I didn't actually. But I should ask you this: how many posts are you gonna post this week? We should just put it there anyways.
One a day.
One a day.
One a day related to final expense and life insurance.
Okay. Okay.
So let me put some clarity here real quick.
Yeah.
For those of you guys listening, when you're posting content, the content should be an extension of you. It should not be a separate entity in itself. So think about David, whatever he posts, liberty, freedom, whatever he talks about, the consulting, it's an extension of him. It's not a separate, it is a separate entity, but it is an extension of him essentially. Like, so when you're talking about final expense or insurance specifically, how does that relate to your life? Like, how does that impact your life or someone else's? So when you're talking, and this would help you get clarity on understanding easier ways to post, because I can give you all the posts, which I've given you over 50, 60, almost 60 posts between myself and Raul, and I'm going to get all of David's posts to create engagement. But between all that stuff, it's a lot of confusion because I give you a lot. But I tell you guys that you don't have to post everything all at once. It's just the strategies to understand the psychology behind it. Because like I'm saying, the way that Facebook works or the way that posting or business in general, business should be an extension of you. It should not be like you're not selling a product here. You're selling like
You.
the story of you or why you're in this product. Like people want to know why you're here first. Like, why are you selling final expense? And I know B, you have a great story behind it. So when someone listens, when you hear a story, it makes a change for someone. And someone, when they can change a belief in themselves, that you have them hooked for the rest of their life. Okay. So the story David probably told you guys, you know, hooked you on, and now you're here all the time. I know some of the franchisees that are in here. I know David's story has related to you, so now you follow David, right? So the same thing will happen for your customers, and just be ultra aware of how that works out. So when you're posting on Facebook, don't worry about specifically about the words you say, but how you say it in relation to what you're talking about. So it could be final expense issue. It could be car insurance for all it matters. You could just say something like it just has to be an extension of you, if that makes any sense.
I can give a really good example. If you all watch TV today, everybody hates one thing that's on TV every day. Do y'all know what those are? They're called commercials, right? Everybody hates a commercial. And why do they hate commercials? Because they're just being marketed. They're just being sold the product. And it's in the way of what? Your fun watching TV, right? And we watch TV because we like to watch stories. Like, we don't watch TV because it's boring. We like to see the interaction between a couple, a relationship, a murder, a drama, a comedy, but it all has a story. And nobody really cares about the commercials because we obviously know why they're there. They're there to sell me something. Well, when everybody is on Facebook right now just posting saying, hey, buy final expense, hey, I sell final expense, or I sell auto insurance, you're really just being a commercial. Is that a good analogy, Daniel? Fantastic. You're just being a commercial. And instead of telling a story about the product, right? If you actually, you'll see subliminally messages that go in movies. Like if this was an Apple sign right here, right? Apple, if this was an Apple sign, just so you know, people would think that I'm classy and artsy and I respect the environment and I hug trees. And if that was my Apple symbol, so I'm telling a story without telling a story. What I'm trying to get at, guys, is a lot of the times y'all are thinking you just got to keep posting a billboard or a commercial, and that's not it. You actually have. That's why Dan's posts are so good, because you're actually trying to tell people that I'm not just a billboard. I actually want to talk to you. I'm a human being that has a story. I sold car insurance because one day somebody hit me from behind, totaled my car, and they didn't have insurance. I like final expense, or I sell final expense, and you don't even have to say I sell it. You're going to say final expense is really important to me because there was one time my dad passed, my grandma passed. They didn't have anything. We had to sell chicken plates, and it was really the worst part of my life. You know, I remember those days where it was so tough. You know, it's something that I think everybody should have a plan, especially if you're 65 or older or 55 and over. It's something we have to plan for. You know, don't let it happen to you, because that's who I am. Right? Does that make sense? I guess let me end this because Dan really got me going and thinking of this. Really what you should be focusing on social media is why you do what you do, not what you do. It's who you are because of what you do. That's it. If you just think that way, why you do what you do, not because of it's protection. It's because it's who you are. Why do you love what you do? And that's, people will buy just because you love it, right? Nobody cares about insurance, to be very honest with you. They just care about the feelings that they get with not having it. And those are the things we need to talk about. So good stuff. All right. So, and last but not least, Daniel will give you $1 million. No, Daniel, do the what? What did it say? Spa?
Yeah. So it's
The spa day clothes. Okay. We'll get to the video that John's going to show you a spa day clothes. Let's just hope that it's him, not in some sort of toga or something. All right. Who's next? Thank you, B.
all right. So next up, George.
All right, George. Jorge, let's go.
What's going down, George?
Hey guys.
Hey, George.
Hey guys.
There you go. Put your man voice on. Let's go.
So wins this week. Right?
Wins.
Well, I didn't do anything in final expense, but I did close a policy on some term insurance.
Okay. And
How did he do that?
how'd you do it?
It was recommended. There was a referral sent to me that I did life insurance. So they called me. I called the customer, and then we continued the process from there. And it took about I needed Raul's help. He helped me. I reached out to him. He helped me out, and within about a week, we collected the policy, and we got it approved and everything. I went in there. I submitted the whole application. I got the proof, and I just got the packet today. Actually, I'm looking at it right now.
So you got a package in less than a week?
Yep, about a week, like about 8 days.
So this happened before. This was a win before last week?
Yes.
Okay. So what did you have a win in this past 7 days since we had this last meeting? Did you attend last week? Oh, well, you weren't on last call, right?
No, I didn't attend last week because I was with the customer the whole time, so I missed last week's call.
Okay.
Well, that's a good win.
That's a good win. Okay. Any other wins?
Right now, I can't think of them right now.
Okay. All right. So what do you need help with?
I mean, maybe the one of my engagement that posted I was telling what Dan was talking about. I mean, I want to try to create some excitement on Facebook and some engagements, and I kind of want to target a topic that was very touchy, and I knew people would do engagements, and people started commenting and liking and sending things to Facebook and all that. So it was kind of it was a good engagement.
Yeah, I saw it. Very good. It was a good post, to be honest with you. I mean, most parents, any parent that read that was engaged. Everybody had an opinion, right? Everybody had an opinion.
And George, where did you learn that from?
Say that one more time.
Where did you learn how to do that?
Did you buy another course, George?
To do what?
To post like that. Who taught you how to do that? Or where did you learn?
Oh, I got some. Well, so Dan, I've been talking to Dan a lot and how he posts and everything. So he kind of told me to kind of post like a story, and so I went ahead and took his advice and kind of posted and got some engagement out of it.
Good.
So what you're saying is that if you do what I said, it works.
Exactly. I think that was most of it. Just like creating a story and picking a subject that I knew that, of course, I knew what to talk about, and I can express my feelings as well in there. And that kind of, it was good. I got, they posted on Facebook. I got some through Messenger. People started texting me and giving me their ideas. And it was a pretty interesting few days. And people are still coming to this day. I think
it's pretty interesting few days.
People are still messaging me to this day.
Great. Now they know that you care. Now continue to do things, right? So what are you going to do? What do you need help with? Actually,
I got one more win I forgot to mention.
Okay.
So today I got a message, and I want to kind of read it out. So this message came in through Facebook, and it says, "Hey, can you help my mom out with life insurance policy? I'm thinking a term policy. A friend got cancer, and she didn't have insurance, and she's all paranoid now." And she put LOL. So that was kind of so I woke up and I woke up to this message. So I thought that was pretty good that now they're thinking of me about, and that's because I don't post a lot on life insurance, which I know I don't. Doesn't mean I can work on, but even though they still see me as someone they can trust and reach out to me through Facebook.
Good. Well, that just means you're building really good credibility for yourself. But again, like we mentioned in the last talk right now, it's not about posting about life insurance. It's about what you do. And that's really where you're coming from. And they saw your professional headshot. They've seen your taglines. They see you posting. They see you as an authority in insurance. And that's probably why they reached out to you. And I think you're building a good brand for yourself. All of you are, by the way. I think we just need to stress a little bit more that it's not about billboard or advertisement. It's about engagement. right? It's about talking about things, right? Am I right, good?
So
Exactly.
just to be clear real quick, for those of you guys watching, we're almost done. Promise, guarantee it. This is the last one that we're going to wrap it up. But just to be clear here, I know some of you guys had said, well, I posted no engagement. I got engagement, but no sales. Here's why I'm saying this. George is a living proof that it did work, because he didn't even post about insurance, and he came for insurance. He just posted about his life. And in turn, if you watch the video about Facebook, I talk about the process that someone takes through their brain. It is a subconscious thing. Like it's at a different level than I like to put on the video, but it has to be understood, so that when you make posts like that, what happens is they engage. What they do right after they engage with you, they go and they scroll through your Facebook and they look at your newsfeed, they look at your picture, they look at your history, they look at all the pictures that are in there, they binge watch you specifically. So make sure they're watching the best of you when they do that. So that's why I say make sure in the first part of it, make sure your profile looks pretty, make sure your headline looks nice, make sure that the pictures are good, make sure there's no links, make sure there's no shares on your page, make sure that there's a very strategic reason why I told you have to clean up your Facebook. Because when posts like that happen, they take off, people will go back to you and they'll be like, why is this guy getting so much engagement? And they'll look at you and then they'll say, am I going to increase my status? Am I going to be a better person by looking at his stuff? Should I follow him closer? That is their process by thinking. So that's the reason why we do the Facebook things the way that we do. So
that's good stuff. No, it's perfect. You said it right, guys. Yeah, I think the one thing that we don't take into consideration is our associations, and that in Facebook alone is huge. You associate yourself with the right people, or people want to associate with you, changes the game. And be careful who wants to associate with you. Dan said something perfect. Be careful who is tagging you and posting on your page, because that really kills you. That kills your status, if you will. All right. So you need help with good wins, George. Sorry.
Well, this past week I was really busy, and right now is the time management coming in right now, making sure that I do everything I need to do. So help with right now, basically just kind of managing everything I need to do right now. Lots of stuff going on my Trello board right now going on. So it's more just focusing on what I need to do. And, tomorrow I'm going to come in earlier to kind of put things where I need to get everything done. And I'll be working the weekend as well. So just really managing my time, doing what I need to do. And right now it's just overwhelming with what we're doing. I know sometimes we have to do that to make things happen. I guess this is one of those things, one of those days or weeks.
4 years.
Yeah, years.
Well, remember that the reason that we sometimes feel overwhelmed is because we're not prepared. That's 9 out of 10 times. There was times where we didn't collect enough food in the spring and the summer, and when winter comes, we run out of food and we stress. And that happens a lot to every successful person goes through this. So don't think this is just it's not a me problem, and it isn't a problem for the less fortunate. I mean, having too much to do is a great problem, because I like to say this a lot. People pray for your problems, right? People pray for them. Literally, people were saying, God, man, I wish I had something to do today, and they're broke. So you got a good problem, George. Don't worry about it, man. But yes, we'll help you with some time management stuff. There's a video about how to manage your time like a CEO, and I gave a lot of good tips that I've used over the years that have really helped me become better at not delegating, because delegation isn't it. It's just prioritizing. All right. 2 does this. He's going to be more organized. All right. So what do you need from us besides helping you with time management? What do you need from us to do to help you get better?
Well, right now, I just got to really put the time away to, a couple hours a week, just a couple hours a week in the morning, looking through the videos, make sure I understand everything, as you said, be better prepared, just make sure I know the system very well. I think it's really hard for me to say what I need from you when I'm not up to par with the system. So I can't really give some good feedback right there. It's not fair on your part when you're doing everything and I'm not. So for me, I think what I just need to do is get up to date and get everything, all the, make sure I'm caught up with the system 100%.
Okay. So from us, here's what we're going to put. What you need from us, you need more accountability from us. So next week we'll grill you on this.
Okay.
I think that's what he's saying, right, Dan?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what he needs. And by the way,
needs a commitment.
Here's he needs to commit. What do you mean? You want me to add how much time or?
He said I need to be prepared. I need to have the time. So what is that? What's the commitment he's going to make today?
What are you going to make a commitment on? It's very true. What do you want to commit to on today? How much time do you going to commit to it this week?
I'll commit 5 hours, an hour a day.
Okay.
What time?
What time of day?
I'll be in the morning. I'll be in the morning. I don't know a time.
What time? You don't have a time?
Well, I'll commit the time between 7:45 and 8:45 in the morning. I'll do it before work. So when I do come to work, I can just focus on what I need to do. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll come in earlier and I'll focus on what I need to do. So afterwards, I'll be good to go.
Understand?
Great.
Okay. Great. All right. Do we have anybody else here?
Nope, we're good.
All right. So here, let's finish up. Any final questions from anybody? Oh, let me recap. I'm so sorry, George. So first wins. He closed the policy. He's got some engagement on a really good post, and he got a message for somebody who needs life insurance, which is great. He needs help with time management. To-dos for the week is he's going to be more organized on his Trello board and make sure he gets more stuff done or all his stuff done to have better prepared for these meetings as well as for the whole week. He's going to commit an hour a day for the rest of the week in the morning, which is 10:45 and 8:45. And he's going to have to get up to par with the system. That's what he's saying. And he wants us to be more accountable to him. All right. Sound good, George?
Great.
Perfect. All right. So any other further questions from anybody here? All right. I take that as a no. All right. So lastly, I want to make sure that we give you the best. So if there's ever anything, I know maybe sometimes this sounds long. This is a long-winded call. So maybe you get home, maybe you get in the system and you don't know what to think or look. Don't be afraid to comment, suggest things in the group or on the Facebook page itself. I'm going to give you some questions that have been asked to us that would really help right now. Somebody asked how much dollars are invested by some of the top agents to be successful in this business. One of them, Ruben Trejo, which is our trainer that came down from Dallas or from Houston, Texas, very successful gentleman. Chris asked, how much does he spend on a weekly basis to get and generate the sales he's doing? He spends between $1,000 and $1,500 a week in ad spend. So I want you to make sure that I don't want you to think that you got to come in and spend that kind of money. And to be very honest with you, it doesn't always cost money to make money because he could definitely do a lot more with referrals. It's just his way of marketing. And I think that if you all want to be more successful right now, we're going to work on getting you some leads. But again, make sure that you're prepared. So I told you guys lastly that somebody would get a surprise. One lucky agent's going to get a surprise. So we want to announce this. Yes or what, Dan? Jordan, am I missing anything before I go there? Huh? Dropped off?
Yep.
Oh, no. Yeah, we'll get the next person on the list who stayed on. Tell me, hold on. I'm going to mute for a second. Ready? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give away one lucky winner, one agent, and the agent that's going to win this is based on production, or we'll call it attention, or whatever the word would be, I guess, participation. There's the word. Somebody who's participated in the course at the highest level. There is, just to be very clear with you guys, there are other higher performers, but they dropped off the call. We told them to stay to the end. So here to a winner, we're going to give five, is that good, Dan?
Yeah.
5 Facebook leads that we've generated to the most participative agent. And this is based on their distance in the course, that they've already covered as much of the material as possible. And the winner is, you want to say it? Dan? Who is it?
Ruth.
It's Miss Ruth. Ruth wins today's five lead award. Congratulations. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get any of these leads right now. This is just, we thought about it when we got on the call. What can we do to give value to you? And we want to thank you for being on here. Now, Ruther, if you're on the call, you have to comment. If you don't comment in the next 10 seconds, you're not going to get the leads. Hey, she could not be there, right? Let's make sure. Are you there? Test, 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 test.
Ruth?
Dude.
Comment, Ruth, comment.
I just did. I said.
Okay. All right. We're going to give her.
I'm even praying for you. I'm like, go.
Yeah. You should have said no, George. Don't comment. All right. So you get 5 Facebook leads. We probably will be doing this more often. So engagement on the page will allow us to give you more leads. We have been purchasing leads and testing for you because we obviously know that you have an investment in this course, and we want to give you the best out of that investment. Some of you are taking initiative and going out and getting your own leads and doing very well. Some of you are sitting behind saying, I wish I had more leads. I'm telling you, there's enough leads out there without having to pay for them. But if you need some help, we want to get you some momentum going. So throughout the week, I'm going to tell Dan, we're going to give away some leads to not every agent, participating agents. Because here's the deal. You only give to those who are ready to be given. And so if you're not participating, if you're not going through the videos, if you're not walking through the courses, we don't want to give you leads because we don't feel you're prepared. Going through the course makes us feel like you're more prepared and ready to attack. So we want to help you. Please stay engaged, stay focused, and thank you for joining the call. If you have any questions or anything after today, please don't hesitate to message us. Put it in the Facebook group, myself directly, or Dan, doesn't really matter, or put it in, of course, the Facebook wall. Am I missing anything, Dan? Nope. All right. I want to say thank you all. You have a great and fantastic evening. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.